Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to focus on a peak pose, and that's going to be bow pose. So, everything that we do today is going to lead us all the way up to our bow pose. We're going to open the front of the chest, the quadriceps, the hips. We're going to stretch out the belly, pretty much the entire body. So, let's get started. You will need a strap today. So if you don't have a strap, go ahead and press pause for a minute and grab a scarf or a towel or whatever prop that you have that would work as a strap. Coming to the front of your mat, let's start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So just take a moment to shift forwards and backwards a couple times, just waking up the soles of the feet, feeling the earth beneath you. And then slow it down, bring your body to stillness. Look down towards your feet and lift all 10 of your toes. Spread them out, and then one by one, starting with the pinky toe, start to lower each toe back onto the mat. So do that a few more times. So you're going to inhale, push the floor away, and then you're going to lift all 10 toes, spread them out, and then starting with your pinky toe, you're going to lower the pinky, the fourth toe, the third, the second, and the big toe. Continue at your own pace. So as you lift the toes, I really want you to feel this pushing action, this lifting action through your body. Lift and spread the toes, and then slowly lower them down once again, one by one. Lift, spread, one by one, slowly lower your feet down. And remember to be patient with yourself. So this is a practice. We practice to make progress. So each toe may not come down right away, but eventually if you continue to practice this, it'll get better. You'll continue to improve. All right, let's take a couple shoulder rolls here, just opening and loosening up the shoulders, maybe moving as slow as you possibly can, and reverse the direction of your shoulder rolls. Last one here, and release. All right, feet parallel, number 11. We're going to start with your left hand. You're going to inhale, reach the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling, and reach it long from the left heel. Soften through your shoulder, and now like you're doing the backstroke or you're swimming in a pool, we're going to slowly lower that hand down. Inhale, huge breath, reach, lengthen, find that full body extension. One more in this direction. So we're feeling that nice opening through the front of the chest, top of the shoulder. Let's reverse. Huge breath, inhale as you circle. And imagine that you're pulling your arm out from your shoulder. So kind of like you're tractioning the arm out. One more here. Inhale, huge breath, and exhale, slowly release. Opposite side, huge breath, inhale, right arm, pause here. Soften through the shoulder. Push down through your right foot and reach up towards the ceiling. Here we go. Inhale, slowly reach that arm back, down, and bring it forward again. Huge breath, inhale. So remember, yoga is really about the breath primarily, and the movement comes second. Hold this next one up, and let's bring it forward. Reach your arm towards me, down towards the floor, as far back to the back of the room as you can. So full rotation here. One more, inhale, and exhale, slowly release that hand down. Inhale, both arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands, and then you're going to take your palms and bring them to the base of your head, and you're going to take your elbows and move them all the way to the back of the room. So nice opening through the front of the chest and heart. Drop your shoulders down. Now, chin is parallel to the floor. If you've got some neck issues, you can just gaze down. Pick your drishti or gazing spot. If your neck and shoulders are okay, start to hinge back a little bit. Now the elbows will want to go to the ceiling naturally, so do a little work here. Press those elbows down, or draw your shoulder blades together like you're kissing them together. You're holding a little golf ball there, and you don't want to release it. So you need to really move those elbows back. Get a full opening through your chest and heart, and then slowly reach those arms out like you're pressing against two door jambs. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Huge breath, inhale. Exhale, little side stretch over towards the right. One more huge breath here. Inhale. And on that exhalation, take that side bend as far as you can over towards the right. Inhale, slowly reach up through center. Exhale, reach around, interlace your hands behind your lower back, right? So you're squeezing that imaginary golf ball. This is where you would use your strap. If just because you can't interlace your hands, sometimes it feels better to actually use a strap and create a little space. So I encourage you to maybe play around with that and see what feels good today. So every time we come to the mat, we may want to practice one pose in a different way. All right, when you're ready, slowly release the hands. Huge breath, inhale, reach the arms up, grabbing a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Huge inhale, find the length, drop the shoulders, hinge towards your left. Lift the chin up and then slightly look towards your right bicep or over your right arm. Take a deep breath, inhale through your nose, and let's exhale, deepen that side stretch. Inhale, slowly reach back up towards center. Exhale, release your hands down towards your side. Great job. One more here at the front of the mat. Grabbing your strap one more time, feet parallel to each other, reaching the arms overhead. So we'll start with a little bit wider grip than shoulder distance. You can always adjust the length of the strap. Inhale to begin. Soften shoulders down. On your exhalation, start to reach your arms back. You'll feel a really deep, beautiful stretch. Now, naturally, the rib cage wants to extend out here, as you can see. See if you can draw your rib cage a little bit closer together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale all the way up. And feel free here as we're moving to hold. So just because we're moving, we're flowing, maybe it feels better for you to hold this back or even forward for a couple breaths. So I encourage you, as I guide you through your practice today, to do what feels good in your body, right? So our body is going to always tell us what it needs. Maybe your shoulders need a little extra attention. As you reach forward, maybe find a little bit of a C curve here, like you're doing a cat pose, little pelvic tilt, tucking the tailbone under. And let's do one more here. We're going to inhale the arms up. This time, we will all hold the strap back behind, really opening the chest. Slowly reach the left arm up to the ceiling, and you're going to lower your right arm down. You're going to pull the arms away from you, just getting a different stretch here. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your navel's pulling into your spine. Let's inhale. Reach the arms all the way up, and exhale, switch sides. So right arm is reaching up, soften through the shoulders, pull back with that left hand. Breathe in and out, push the floor away. Inhale, full breath, reaching the arms all the way up. Now turn and come to the front of your mat. Tadasana. We're going to exhale, bend your knees if you need to. We're going to keep pulling with the strap, and we're going to come into a forward fold. Release your strap off to the side, and just grab opposite elbows here to begin. Hang loose, like your upper body is a waterfall, your legs are a mountain, and your waterfall, your upper body is just pouring out over the front of the legs, just draping forward. Those of you a little bit more advanced, you can straighten the legs from the knees. If your lower back or hamstrings are bothering you or they're really tight, keep a little baby bend in the knees. Then slowly release the hands down to the floor. Let's inhale monkey pose. Let's talk about monkey for a moment. So my fingertips are directly in line with the toes. So this is the correct way to practice monkey. Now, if you can't reach next to your toes, like if your hands are forward, then go ahead and bring them up to your shins. I actually practice this way sometimes as well. It just helps to give you more extension. And if you can see your spine here, or my spine, we're kind of in a bow pose here in our torso already. So draw those shoulders back, draw your heart forward. This is cow pose, standing on our feet. Let's exhale, forward fold. Sun salutation C, modified. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Slide your right leg back. We're going to do this first round nice and slow. Inhale, reach the arms up. Just like we did in that first pose, I want you to lift and spread your left toes. Drop your hips super low. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Pause. Feel the strength. Feel the energy in this pose. Spread your fingertips really wide. Push the floor away. Draw your shoulders back to your hips back to your heels. Inhale, look forward. Please lower the knees if you need to. Otherwise, through chaturanga, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. We're going to, again, preparing for our bow pose. So we're going to reach back with our hands, interlace the hands, or use your strap here. Lift the chest, the head, and the arms up. So we're really opening the front of our body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach all the way to the back of the room with your hands. Now you could lift the feet if you'd like, or choose to keep all 10 toes on the mat for this variation. Slowly release your hands under your shoulders. Let's press back to a child's pose. Get a nice stretch into your lower back. Take a huge breath, inhale. Let's take a side stretch again, stretching our intercostal muscles. Walk your hands over to the right side of your body. Lift up your left sit bone and press it back towards your left heel in opposition. Softening through your shoulders and breathe from your left hip or sit bone all the way through your left fingertips. So this should feel good also in your left shoulder, upper back. Slowly walk your hands back through center and then walk them over to the left side of your body. Inhale, lift up the right sit bone, and as you exhale, press it back towards the right heel in opposition. Soften through your shoulders, your jaw. Just allow yourself to surrender here. Breathe. And enjoy the pose. Slowly inhale, walk the hands back through center, coming up onto all fours. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Shake your head out, open your mouth, stretch your jaw. Look back towards your toes. Doesn't matter if your heels are on the mat. And we're going to inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, press the heels low. We're going to go back into our side stretch. So you're going to inhale, lift the heels high. You're going to turn your heels to the right and your toes to the left. And you're going to really push more into your right hand than your left. And you'll feel a deep side stretch through the left side body. We're going to inhale, come back to center. Exhale, heels to the left, toes to the right. Push, push, push the floor away. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, heels down. Bring the big toes together at the center of the mat. We're going to inhale the right leg to the ceiling. Bend the knee, stack and open up the hip here if you're able to. Modification, here you go. You're on your left knee. Stay or play. Option to flip your dog. We're in a variation again here of a bow pose. Kind of a wheel pose. Push the floor away with the left hand if you're in this pose. Take a full inhale. Let's slowly meet back to down dog. And please remember, you can always hold down dog or child's pose as a modification. All right, from here, big toes come together once again. Inhale, right leg reaches to the ceiling. Slowly exhale, use your core. Bring your right foot forward. Left knee down, inhale, huge breath. Drop your hips really low to the mat. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot forward into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, reach the arms up, shoulders relaxed, chin parallel to the floor. Weight is into the heels here. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back, low lunge. Same thing we did on the opposite side. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up, drop your hips. Exhale, slowly release your hands down. Step back into a plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold your plank, soften your shoulders. Inhale, hold your plank, or exhale, join me for Chaturanga Dandasana, staff pose. Lift the backs of your knees up. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, here's your modification, knees are down. Draw your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Inhale, high plank. One more, exhale, hold and hover. Inhale, high plank. Let's take Anahattasana, puppy dog pose. Lower your knees down, please, and melt your chest down towards the mat. So your chest, chin, or forehead may or may not touch. This is great for opening the front of the chest, as well as if you have a tight upper back. Stretches the belly. It's also called puppy dog pose. It's halfway between child's pose and down dog. All right, from here, we're going to move into Sphinx pose. So your hands are kind of already set up here. Before we move into Sphinx, I really want you to try to melt your armpits down towards the mat. Draw your shoulders back towards your hips. So little tweaks should give you a deeper stretch. All right, now spread your fingertips and grip your mat. Press down into your forearms and slowly shift your body weight forward. Make sure you're set up with the proper alignment here. So your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips. Pull your lower belly in. This is important for stabilizing and protecting your lower back. Soften through your shoulders and then push down into the forearms. And then imagine you're going to pull your elbows back towards your hips. Hold and breathe. For those of you that want to go a little bit further, you could try to slowly lift your elbows up off of the mat, just being on your palms here. It's a little bit more challenging. Continue to soften through the shoulders. There's no tension or strain in the head or neck. And then very slowly continue to lengthen as you lower. Hands under the shoulders. Let's shift back to child's pose once again, stretching out your lower back. Please remember to stay in child's pose or revisit it anytime you need a rest. Slowly come to all fours, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, press the heels deep into the earth. Again, inhale, just like we did on the opposite side. This time we're going to turn our heels to the left, toes to the right. You're going to shift your body forward into plank and then slowly lift up your right arm. Breathe here. Option 2, lift your right leg. Slowly come back to neutral, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment, shake your head out, open your mouth, stretch your jaw. Inhale, heels lift high. Exhale, heels to the right, toes to the left. Same thing, you shift forward. Slowly lift the left arm up. Now you could keep the feet crossed if you'd like. If you want to challenge yourself and your balance, lift the left leg up. Keep it flexed and try and keep it internally rotated so your toes aren't reaching towards the ceiling. Inhale, Exhale, back into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, down dog, pull from your belly. Let's do that 2 more times. So you're going to slowly roll forward. Pause here, shoulders back, belly in. Take a huge breath, inhale. From your core, pull yourself back, downward facing dog. One more, slowly roll forward. Come forward, hold it here. So each time, remember, you revisit a pose, see if you can learn something new about it. How can you make it a little bit better? Huge breath, inhale from your core. So it's really your belly, your abdominals are shifting you back to down dog. Bring the big toes together at the center of the mat. Inhale the left leg to the ceiling. Please remember, you can do this on your right knee. Option, bend your left knee, stack and open the hips, and if you flipped your dog on the opposite side, go ahead and flip it here, pushing the floor away with the right hand. You should not feel any kind of pressure or compression in your right hand. If you do, you've gone too far. Inhale, exhale. Remember, you have choices and options, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Let's exhale. Lower the knees for a moment and sit back into broken toe posture. So just like it sounds, this is great for stretching out the soles of the feet, maybe giving our wrists a little bit of a break. You can circle your wrists around a little bit. And now we'll stretch the tops of the ankles, right? So we'll really need to have some open ankles or flexibility in your ankles for bow pose. So you're going to sit back onto the tops of your feet here. You're going to grab your right knee, inhale, and you're going to exhale. Draw your right knee towards your right shoulder. Soften your shoulders, gaze forward to something. You can hold this if this is enough for you, or take a huge inhale, and as you exhale, pull that right knee back towards the right shoulder. So feeling this opening in your ankle health, foot health. A lot of times we think about all the big areas of our body, our core, our quads, our hamstrings, our shoulders. We don't really give much attention to our feet. Slowly release and switch sides. So you're going to take your left knee into your hand. You're going to slowly lift that knee up towards the left shoulder. So you may be experiencing a lot of tightness here, a lot of tension, right? That's good that you're feeling something. Right? And we are not creating this tightness with this pose. This is how tight, mine's really tight as well. Our ankles are. So this would be a good pose to practice on your own daily, even for 20, 30 seconds a day. The more you do something, the more your body's going to respond, your muscles. One more breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, deepen it or hold. Slowly release, come forward, tap it out a little bit if you need to. And then we'll go into some cat-cow. So spread your fingertips once again, push floor away. Draw shoulders back, inhale, heart pulls forward, belly down. Exhale, begin with your tailbone, tuck it down towards the backs of your knees and push the floor away from you. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Shoulders back. Feel this deep stretch in your belly. Exhale. Begin with the tailbone. Lower back follows through the upper middle back. Release the neck and the head. Pull your belly in. One more. Inhale. So if you, in this cow pose, this is your kind of set up here for your bow pose, right? We're creating that shape in our body, preparing it for bow pose. Now slowly come to a flat back, neutral spine. We're going to pull the lower belly in. You're going to inhale, lift the right leg out towards the side, and slowly lower. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze as you lift, and exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale here, and now take your knee up towards the ceiling, or your foot rather up towards the ceiling. Now you can hold it here, or take your left hand, reach back, and find a half twisting bow balance. You got it. Push the floor away with your right hand. You can also push your right foot into your left hand to further open the chest, the shoulder, the quadricep. And if you notice, we're stretching the ankle here as well. Slowly release. Find a balanced pose here. Reach your left hand as far away from your right heel as possible. Huge breath, inhale. Exhale, lower the hand and knee. Let's take a down dog just to neutralize everything. Tuck your toes and find a down dog. If you need a child's pose, by all means, take one here. Try and challenge yourself in your down dog. Really melt your chest back towards your thighs. And then very slowly roll forward into plank. Lower the knees gently, preparing for the left side. So get your foundation, super important. We're going to inhale, left knee or thigh over towards the left. Resist it down as you exhale. Inhale. So remember to move at your own pace. Even if I'm talking a little bit faster than you're moving, we'll always meet up. Hold that left leg out to the left. And then slowly start to rotate it, just like we do in that one-legged down dog with a hip opener. You could stay here, or now stabilize into your left hand, reach around with your right hand, grab your left foot, and come into a half twisting bow balance. You got it. Great job. Push your left foot into your hand. Don't forget to breathe. So remember, this is great for your posture. It's great for creating flexibility in the chest, the quadricep, the ankle. Slowly release. Find that balanced pose. Reach your right hand as far away from your left heel as possible. Huge breath, inhale. Exhale. Lower the hand and knee. Tuck your toes. Shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward in between your hands. Step your left foot forward, and then your right foot, Malasana. Drop your sit bones down, lift your chest. Press your elbows into your inner thighs and breathe here. Slowly release your hands to the floor. Heel toe your feet in so they're back to parallel. Forward fold it. And then inhale, push the floor away. Lift all 10 toes as you inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, palms together, forward fold through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back, low lunge. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Soften through your shoulders. And then release your left hand to the floor, a block, a prop, if you need it. And reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Now this right knee wants to collapse, right? Actually, you could, depending what you want to practice, because that helps to open the hip, which we're going to do in a few minutes here. But you can also try and draw your knee towards your left elbow. It's a little bit harder. It also keeps your knee in line with your hip. Let's take one circle here with the right hand. Circle around. Actually, let's do 2 more. That feels nice. Reach it back, down around. 1 more. Inhale. And hold it up. Reach that right arm up. So you're lengthening from your tailbone through the crown of your head, and then you're rotating your left rib cage towards your right inner thigh. Now we're going to slowly release right hand inside of right foot. Now we're going to heel toe that right foot over to the edge of the mat. You can use your blocks here or props. Stay on your palms or lower down onto your forearms. Soften your shoulders and breathe into your hips and inner thighs. About 5 breaths here. Now you can stay here. This is a little bit more relaxing of a pose. If you want to activate this or you feel like playing around a little bit, You could see I'm lifting my left knee off of the mat. So if you're doing this and lifting your left knee, see if you can press your right knee forward and then keep lifting your left knee up. It's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more traction. See if you can lift the left knee up into the back of the thigh, or the left quadricep up into the hamstring. You can lower that knee, and you can also tuck the left toes and press into your left heel, pressing the left heel towards the back of the room. Now, if your left knee is lifted, go ahead and lower it down. Come back onto your palms unless you're already there. And we're going to take our right hand to the outside of our right thigh, and we're just going to find a little twist here. So you're just going to twist towards the back of the room, soften through your shoulders. Just like a cow pose, I want you to lengthen your spine forward. And then just a baby twist, doesn't have to be much. Stay, or you're going to bend your left knee and find a variation of half bow. So here you can push your foot into your hand, or you could pull your heel towards your glute. 3 breaths. Really important here is that you're pushing the floor away with your left hand, so your left shoulder and ear don't meet. It's a great opening for the quadricep. Slowly release that down. Right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. And from here, we're going to lift the back knee up and quarter turn it to the left, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So set your foundation up, and then grab opposite elbows and just fold forward. Let this be a nice decompression of your spine. Shake your head out. Just like we did at the very first pose in class, push the floor away and lift all 10 of your toes. And then just let them release down to the mat. With each exhale, see if you can get a little bit heavier and deeper. Should feel really nice on your hamstrings and lower back. Slowly bring your hands to your hips. Push down through the feet. So just like we did, we're lifting all 10 toes. Push the floor away. Virabhadrasana 2. Right toes turn forward, bend into your right knee, and reach your left hand to the back of the room. Tuck your tailbone under, drop down. See how low you can go. Inhale. We're going to go right into half moon pose. So you're going to slowly start to reach forward with your right hand. Now you can use a block if you have one or you need one. Another nice way that I like to teach sometimes, you can just hover your hand. This is all core work. So my left hand is not on anything. You can even rest it on my right hand. You can rest it on your knee or shin. If you have a prop, sometimes it is nice to use it just to provide you a little bit more stability. Hold here, half moon, or once again, bend your left knee. And again, either pull your left heel to your glute or push your foot into your hand. 3 breaths. Slowly release. Find your half moon pose. Now, standing splits. Slowly square your hips towards the front of the room. Lift the left leg up. Exhale, step that left leg back. Let's find a high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Soften through your shoulders. Interlace your hands behind your head. We did this earlier. Draw the elbows back. We're going to do a little core work here. So you're just going to move your elbows right to left, side to side. If you need to modify, you can lower that left knee down. Try to lift your ribs up away from your hips as you rotate left to right. One more here. Come through center, huge breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, vinyasa, or go right into your downward facing dog. Exhale, we meet in down dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, step, walk, or float it forward, monkey. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Utkatasana, chair pose. Big toes touch, heels apart, reach the arms up. Draw your palms together at your heart center. Huge breath inhale. As you exhale, rotate to the left. Hook your right elbow outside the left thigh. Soften your shoulders. As you inhale, lengthen your entire spine from the crown of the head through the tailbone, and then twist. Inhale, look down towards your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Twist to the right. Hook left elbow outside the right thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Relax your shoulders. Lift your toes here. Can you remember the proper alignment for your chair pose? Most of the weight is into those heels. Continue to lengthen, especially more through the left side body as you twist. And exhale, straighten legs, forward fold. Step the right leg back, lower the knee down, inhale. Huge breath up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly lower your right palm and find the twist. Reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Soften through your shoulders. So again, optional here. You can let this left knee kind of open out towards the left side. Or you can draw your left knee towards your right elbow. You can also play around with that and just see how that changes. So in one position, you'll get more of a hip opening. In the other position, you'll get even a little bit more core strength. Here we go. We're going to take our left hand in a circle. 1, 2. Feel that nice rotation from your shoulder. 3. Reach and hold that arm up. And then bring your left hand to the outside of your left thigh. And we lengthen first, like we're doing a cow pose. And we exhale, twist. Soften through your shoulders. Your lower belly's pulling in. You could stay here. Or once again, bend your back knee. Grab your right foot or ankle. And you can push the foot into the hand. So this will give you more of a stretch through your groin, your quadricep, your ankle, the top of the foot. Or you could push the heel towards the sit bone. You could also play around between the two. And slowly release that right foot back. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe that left foot over. So once again, maybe you're going to use a prop here to lift the floor up. Stay in your palms or lower down onto your forearms for about 5 breaths. Softening the shoulders back. Breathing into your left hip. Try and do the same variation that you did on the other side. So always try and keep it even just to keep balance in the body. So you could try to press through the top of the foot and lift the right knee up as I'm doing here. Continue to keep everything else soft in the body though. So we don't want to lift the right knee and then our face is all tight and tense and gripped up, right? Try and find some softness through the intensity of the pose. And you can also tuck the right toes and press into the right heel. You're going to slowly push yourself up, and we're going to quarter turn it to the right here, finding our wide-legged forward fold. This time, maybe you want to grab onto the outside soles of the feet or ankles. Use a little leverage here. Bend your elbows. Draw the shoulders back towards the hips. Since you're at home,
If the crown of your head is brushing the floor and you want to try tripod handstand, maybe take yourself towards a wall just in case you fall for a little support. So once the crown of your head brushes the floor here, you can form a little triangle with your head and your hands. Bring your knees to your triceps, and then you could try to lift the legs, optional. Coming out the same way you came in, opening the legs, bring the feet down, push into the floor, lift up, warrior two, left toes to the front of the room, bending into your left knee, reaching left and right arm out, softening through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lunge a little bit deeper into the front knee, preparing for half moon. So when you're ready, reach forward. And then again, you can bring your left hand to the floor. Props are great. I really love using a block here. If you have a folding chair or a chair nearby, you can also use a chair to rest your left hand on. Stay or play once again. So option to bend the right knee, draw the heel towards the glute, or push the foot into the hand. Push the left foot into the floor. Lift all 5 toes of the standing foot. Slowly release. Coming into our standing splits. Lift the right leg to the ceiling and very slowly step it back. High lunge, inhale, arms up, soften through the shoulders, just like we did on the other side here. You're gonna interlace your hands, the base of your head, you're gonna pull your elbows back, you're gonna drop down, and you're just gonna move left to right, side to side, right? And you can always modify by lowering the left knee down. Try to slow this down a little bit and really feel this in your obliques. So as you lift up, just like we do that standing side stretch that we did in the beginning of class, imagine that feeling through your sideways. One more here, and then reach the arms up. Inhale, exhale, release the hands down, step back, plank. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, last pose before our bow pose. Inhale, come forward, plank. Let's try and lower to the belly in a count of 7. So look forward. You can do this on your knees. We're going to pull the elbows in. We're going to lower for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower yourself down. All right, opening the chest here. We're going to take goalpost arms. So we're going to keep the right elbow in line with the right shoulder. You're going to look over towards your left side. And you're going to slowly roll over towards your right. Your legs can either stack. Some of you will be able to bend your left knee and bring your left foot to the floor. I want you to soften your shoulders. Maybe close your eyes here and breathe into the front of your chest, your pectoral muscle. So leading up to bow, you don't ever have to go into a pose, right? So in yoga, we never want to achieve anything. There's no goal or endpoint. It's just working from where you are to create freedom and opening, not just in our physical body, but in our mind as well. So like this saying goes, where you are is where you're supposed to be. So the point in saying that is, even though today's focus was or is leading us to a full bow pose, Dhanurasana, all of these poses are just opening your body up for bow. So this is a great pose here, opening the front of the chest, We open the quadriceps, stretch the ankles. Let's slowly lower to the belly. And we're going to switch sides here. So you're going to bend your left elbow in line with your shoulder. Very important for the proper rotation of your shoulder to keep the elbow in line. Again, legs can stay stacked, or go ahead and bend your right knee. Soften through your shoulders. So always finding softness in the pose. So yoga is just like life, right? Some poses require a little bit more effort, a little bit more work, and other poses where you can just sit back, surrender, and breathe in all the goodness. Preparing for bow pose. Slowly roll to your belly. Now, if you're not joining me for full bow today, here's your modification. That very first locust pose we did, modified here, there you go. You could also do a half bow like this, resting your forehead into your left forearm, bending right knee. Switch sides. Or if you're coming into the full pose, go ahead, bend both knees. Relax your shoulders to prepare. And when you're ready, lifting up here. So take a moment, tuck your tailbone under. I know that's hard, but we want to try to continue to lengthen our lower back a little bit. Lift up a little bit higher. Really push your feet into your hands and see if you can even draw your knees closer towards your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, release. Turn your cheek to one side. Keep a hold of your feet. Second round. When you're ready, inhale, lifting yourself all the way up. This time, maybe you're going to rock back onto your quadriceps. Really push your feet into your hands. Open the front of your chest. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Turn your cheek to the opposite side. Last round. Inhale, lifting up. Push the feet into the hands. Maybe this time rock forward. Lift the backs of the knees to the ceiling. And slowly release. Let go. Just make a pillow here for your forehead with your hands. Feel free here in this next moment or two to either repeat bow or find some stillness. Notice how your heart is maybe beating a little bit faster here. Bow pose is a back bend. All back bends are very stimulating to the nervous system. If you're tired, a little low on energy, fatigued, depressed, practice a little bit of back bending. And it can help to relieve some of those things. All right, when you're ready, let's slowly shift back to our child's pose. Sit bones back towards the heels. And we're going to slowly inhale, come up onto all fours. Little bit of core work today. We're going to tuck the toes under, spread your fingertips. We're going to inhale, soften the shoulders. As you exhale, lift the knees off of the mat. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale. Keep going at your own pace. I don't even want you to count. I want you to focus on the quality of your movement, not the quantity. And I want you to really pull here from your lower belly. So actually, your legs, your knees are just following. It's your core that's doing most all of the work. Last one. Hold it up. Lower the knees. Cross those feet at the ankles. Transition your legs through. Let's take the flesh from the sit bones. Draw your right knee in, and then release your right knee out to the side into a seated tree pose. We're going to inhale, lift the body. Start to twist yourself a little bit over your left leg. Inhale, arms up. And for a different variation today, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to bring it to the outside edge of your left foot, and you're going to reach your left hand to the back of the room, or you can let it rest to the floor. So this palm is facing out. It's a different stretch for the side waist. You can inhale and exhale. And I suppose if you can't touch the back of your hand to the outer edge of your foot, you can bring it somewhere to the outer leg. Soften your shoulders, 3 full breaths here. Now we're going to use our sideways, our oblique muscles to slowly lift up. So you're going to lift your right hand all the way up. Exhale, release it down. Let's switch sides. Use your hand to lift your knee up. Extend your leg forward. Hug your left knee to your chest and let that left knee come out to the side. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Twist a little bit over your right leg. Inhale, both arms up. Right hand to the back of the room. The left hand, the palm faces out. So the back of your left hand is to the outer edge of your foot. Do you remember that very first pose that we practiced in the beginning of class where our foot was flexed and we were pushing it away from the floor and spreading the toes? Look what I'm doing here. My foot is in flexion. My toes are lifted and spread. So this helps to activate the pose and also protects many of the joints. Relax your shoulders. Now we're just doing that because I want this to be a little bit more active of a pose. You could relax the foot, and you'll notice a little change though in the body. And again, that's okay. It just depends what we're going for. One more breath here. Keep the shoulders soft. Take your left hand, pull your belly in. So your abdominals are pulling tightly in towards your back. You're lifting that arm up, and exhale, release it down. Use your left hand to lift your left knee up. Let's bring both feet to the floor. Bring your hands back behind you. Press your chest forward towards your knees. Relax your shoulders. And we're just going to let those knees windshield wiper. So there's no right or wrong here. We're just rotating left to right, finding a nice release through our lower back. If you find this to be very uncomfortable doing this seated, go ahead and come onto your back, practicing this that way. Last one here. Bring your feet to neutral, your legs. Turn your fingertips towards your heels. Spread your fingertips really wide. Push the floor away. Reverse table. Option 1, stay here. The intention here is to open our heart. Soften your shoulders. So if you notice, the shape of your spine here again is in a bow pose. So really, you don't ever have to practice full bow. We've been doing lots of variations of it, really for spinal flexibility, stability, mobility. Option 2 would be to lift the hips up into full reverse table. Third option, if it's comfortable, lay your head back into your shoulders. Push the floor away. Inhale. Slow exhale to lower. Let's lower down through boat pose. Reach your legs forward. Arms reach forward. Soften through the shoulders. From boat, let's take a moment here and crisscross the legs for 5, 4. Keep lifting your chest. 2, 1. Lower half boat. Try and keep your toes in line with your eyes. And let's lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach your arms overhead. Take a really long, deep stretch. Let's grab our right wrist with our left hand. Take the side bend. Option, walk your feet off of your mat to your left. And if it's comfortable, you can hook your ankle. So this pose doesn't really feel like you're doing much, but the longer you hold it, you're going to really feel it. Let's just take one more full breath here together, and I want you to find extension and length. Reach your arms up, and then exhale. Take a little deeper side bend. Unhook your feet, walk them back to center. Bring your hands down to your side for a moment. Close your eyes. Just feel. And we're going to inhale the arms up, grab the left wrist, lengthen, and side stretch it to the right. Stay here really pulling the right wrist from the shoulder, or walk your feet to the right. Hook the left ankle. Soften through your shoulder. So take the first scan from your fingers to your toes and see how you can make this pose a little bit better. Right? Relax the muscles in your face. Soften through your shoulders. The left arm has a tendency of lifting up a little bit. Maybe try and straighten both arms a little bit from the elbows. Honor where you are in this moment today. Unhook those ankles. Walk them back. Bring your arms to center and hug those thighs into your chest. Great job, guys. Just take a moment here. Do whatever feels good. Rock, roll, left to right, side to side. Let's take a figure four stretch to close. So we're going to take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Flex both feet. That very first pose, here it is again. Imagine you're standing, so my feet are in full flexion. My 10 toes are spread. Soften through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that left thigh in. Right elbow, right inner thigh. Release and switch sides. Left ankle to the right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that right thigh to the chest. Left elbow into left inner thigh if it's available to you. Flex both feet. Spread your 10 toes. Soften your shoulders. Close your eyes. Just go deep inside. Yoga is also about working from the inside out. Remember, as long as you're breathing, you're practicing yoga. It doesn't matter which pose you're in. Release, hug both thighs to the chest. Let's slowly release the knees over to the left side of the body. Extend your right arm out to the right and find a nice twist for 3 breaths. So here I really like to bring my left hand to my right knee, and I'm pressing gently, and I'm feeling a deeper stretch here through my hips and a little bit into my side waist. You don't have to do that. You can keep both arms open. When you're ready, try and initiate the movement from your lower belly. Use all of your core strength. So also if you have your palms facing up, you're less likely to use your upper body. If your palms are facing down, you're kind of using your shoulders and chest, which is okay. But just things to note, right? So again, here we said our practice equals progress. So we want to try to get a little bit, I don't know if better is the word, a little bit better maybe each time. See what we can learn you about the pose, really just how you can make it work for you. All right, slowly coming back to neutral. Hug both thighs deep into your chest. Do whatever feels good here. Shavasana, final relaxation pose. Extend those legs out in front of you. So feet are about 7 to 10 inches away from the body. Heels probably towards the corners of your mat. Hands are also 7 to 10 inches away from the body, palms facing up. Take this last moment to scan over your body from the crown of your head through your fingertips, through your toes.
and let yourself get so heavy. Relax, release, surrender here. I encourage you to stay here as long as you'd like. And I wish you all peace, love, and happiness. Namaste.